Hello, and what is up, ADHD gang? And today's video is gonna be a different kind of video. Um, this video is gonna be a bunch of different cuts. Hopefully, it's only gonna take a month, but I'm gonna knit a sweater, and I'm gonna kind of take you guys with me a little bit. I'll show you a few little clips of me doing things, and I'll show you progress, and we're gonna attempt it. Um, I'm hoping this only takes a month. People say sweaters take a while to knit, and we're gonna hope. We're also gonna hope as well, that I have enough yarn because the pattern says that I technically don't have enough yarn, but I'm also not using like their recommended yarn either. I'm using a different type of yarn, so we'll see. I'm also not doing the stripes either on the sweater. But yeah, I figured I would take you guys along with me. I'll show you guys what I'm doing, and yeah, we can have a little bit of a chat. Okay, so to start off, this is the sweater that I'm doing. It is a free pattern on, I think I got it off Ravelry. Is that how you say that? I don't know. But handmade by Florence. It has this like itty bitty little collar, and then yeah, it's striped. I'm not doing the striped one, but yeah, this is gonna be it. I'm so excited. Let me show you the yarn. Okay, so I am in a low buy year, yes, but I had a card to Joann Fabrics, and Joann Fabrics is leaving us. I'm gonna cry. I'm hoping that if I need more yarn, that my Joann Fabrics will still be open so that I can get more, because I don't want to like spend the money to buy another one if I'm not gonna need it. But this is the yarn that I'm going to be using. It is the Yarnspirations Kiernan Colorama Halo Perfect Phasing. I'm gonna be using this purple, and then I've already wound this one up, but this is the green to white. My plan is I'm pretty sure it's top down, a knitting top down sweater. Cool, great, fine, love that, perfect for me. Love to increase, hate to decrease. Yeah. Um, but yeah, I'm starting with like the green first, and then as I continue knitting, once the green fades out to the white, then I'm gonna attach this white to the white of the green, and then it'll go from green to white, so then this white into like this purple. And then if I need more yarn, I'll kind of figure that out later. That'll be a later issue. It may just be like a random offshoot or something, or I may go back to what, I don't know yet. We don't know yet. Um Also, if you have not seen yet, at some point, by the time this is posted, you'll have seen it. I have not posted it yet, but I finished my Sophie hood. I did the Sophie hood scarf, and I'm in love with it. I really do love it. Um, by the time you'll see it, it's been wet blocked. Right now, it has not been wet blocked yet, and I have plans to, once I finish this sweater, I think after the sweater, I'm gonna make another one in tan for a family member for Christmas. I'm gonna make it super early for Christmas so I don't forget. And then um I'm gonna probably move on to a sweater vest. I don't know. But yeah, let's get into it. Oh, these are my needles. In case y'all were wondering. They're roughly, I think, a like 7 US, which is like 5.5 millimeter. Um and this yarn here says to go with a 6 millimeter. Or we're gonna go down just a little bit. We're gonna see, because I didn't pick the yarn based off the pattern. I picked the yarn and then I picked the pattern I don't recommend. But I'm gonna start this and I'm gonna film a little bit. I'm also watching Everything Now right now on Netflix. Very interesting. Also slightly a little bit of trauma in there. But yeah, let's get into this. Okay. I've just finished the collar. Hold on, let me clip you guys real quick. We've just finished the collar. Yeah. This cording is like real flexible. So much so that she's like bending on herself. But yeah. So up next is gonna be the yoke. It says to switch to, oh, so you're supposed to start with the 4.5 and switch to 5.5, which I have neither of. I'm just gonna stick to my 5 millimeter, and we're gonna see how it goes. Because I don't think I have a 6 either. I might look and see, but I don't. What I want to do is I cut a bit of yarn here, and I'm gonna go in and create a lifeline so that I know kind of, okay, this is the collar, this is the yoke, so that if I have to go backwards, which I might, because I did this collar like 3 or 4 times because I could not stockinette stitch right, and then not stockinette, I couldn't do the rib stitching correctly, and then I finally got it. There's holes. I want this to be like perfectly perfect, and I don't want it to kind of turn out like when I did my tank top, where it's like, I don't want to say ill fitting because I'm fine if it's baggy, but like I don't want there to be holes. I want it to be super good. So I'm gonna put the lifeline in, and then I'll see, maybe I'll switch to different needles, and I'll come back to you with some of me kind of maybe doing the yoke a little bit later. Yeah. Okay. Um, I'm not finished with what even start with the yoke yet, but I swapped to needles with a shorter like cord on them because this cord was like getting too long. Like I'm at the point where I'm adding increases, but it was too long. But that's what it looks like. It's definitely looser around the neck, and it's getting tighter because it's a shorter cord. But I'm like forming like the like kind of shoulder part, and then it's gonna separate off and stuff like that. So I wanted that to be kind of tighter, and the neck is the neck. But color, stunning. When it fades into white, and then it's gonna fade again into more white, and then into the purple. Love it. Love it so much. This is actually a fairly simple pattern. I think I'm going to link the pattern in the description because the pattern has a YouTube video. So if you don't know what you're doing, you can watch her video and she will show you what she is doing, and it has helped so much. But I'm going to continue. I have to do this a total of 23 times, and I've only done row 1 and 2 5 times total. So we're taking a break first. We're listening, and we're gonna take a break and stretch and eat and do human things, and then I will come back and show you when the yoke is done. I'm also doing the one without neck shaping. So if you are wanting to follow along, or if you're gonna try this pattern, that's what I'm doing. I'm doing the without neck shaping. You guys, you guys. We made sweater progress. We are done. I can't even show it to its full glory. Hold on, guys. Hold on. I don't want the camera to fall over. It's up against a plant. We made progress. It's so warm and cozy right now. So I guess the next step is gonna be arms. I have like the littlest bit left to finish off on this green, where I'll start on the arm, and then I'm gonna attach the white end to the purple, and then go down, and then whatever's left, I'll attach it here, and kind of go down. But love this, love my yarn choice. I decided alternately with the pattern. I chose my own yarn. I did not go with what they recommended at all. I also didn't do the recommended needle size. I think I did a 5mm where it's at a 4.5 to I think a 5.5. And yeah, these aren't marked. These are not marked, but I have two 5mm. I had the one with the shorter cable, which is why like this collar is kind of looking like loose, why it's more looser and stuff like that. So I started off with the shorter cable, and then as I kind of moved on, I moved to the longer cable because I wanted the body to be tighter, which it doesn't really matter. But yeah, this is proof here that you do not need to strictly follow the needle size or the yarn size. You just may be using more yarn or less yarn. I'm gonna hope that this last cake here is gonna be enough for both sleeves. If it in turn is not, I'm gonna buy another purple cake if I can hopefully get up there before Joanne's leaves. But we're gonna find out. I'm gonna really try to speed through these sleeves, and I want the sleeves to be extra long. So I'm taking like every precaution. Like I'm making sure like this. I made sure like comes down like way past my waist because I like things that are a bit more baggier. I sized up on the pattern. And yeah, I also had to frog like most of this because this like stockinette edging here, which is messed up and is not perfect, was like up to here. And it wasn't long enough, so I had to like frog the line and restart it. But yeah, I'm gonna get into the sleeves. I may show a bit of the sleeve knitting process. I don't know. I don't want this video to be too long. But yeah, I figured I'd give you guys an update. It's also March 8th, and I started this like February 21st. So it's been 2 weeks. It's been about 2 weeks. So this next coming Friday will be 3 weeks, and I'm hoping by 3 weeks I'll at least have maybe one sleeve done, if not both, because I really want to finish this because we're still in like cold season and I just want to wear this so bad. I'm also thinking too that the next time I make this, if I modify this pattern and I figure out how to modify this pattern, I could just make this a sweater vest. Not sure, but yeah, I also have other plans for their knitting plans, which I will maybe talk about in my next video that's coming up, getting stuff done at the end of this month. Tune in. Y'all have already seen it by now, but yeah, I'll catch up with you guys later. Okay, so I don't have my mic right now, so this might sound a bit different from the other clips. But I am currently on Sleeve Island. I'm experiencing Sleeve Island. If you don't know what sleeve island is, it's essentially where in your pattern, like, you're knitting the body first and then the sleeves come last. And I just absolutely dreading it. I'm getting through it, but it's just knits. Like, it's just a regular knit stitch all the way down. There's nothing special to these sleeves, and you just keep going, and I haven't gotten to the color yet. So it's just like a white sleeve. Like, we're like halfway on the sleeve. But like half the time I don't want to pick this up because I'm on Sleeve Island, but I did want to show you guys the progress. Now, I am gonna say that I personally, if I would have known like how this pattern goes kind of fading wise in this color swatch, like in this colorway specifically, what I would have done is I would have just gotten another batch of green, and instead of having an almost fully white sleeve and then a more purple sleeve, like, I could have had the green up here and then it would have like faded down, whatever. But yeah, it is what it is. I'm just in the round, and I didn't want to do the purple because I didn't want to pull the guts out and do all that. And I was like, oh, it's gonna be green fading to white, and then the white's gonna fade into purple. I had a plan, and it's not quite there. I also found out I have this stitch marker, right? We love this stitch marker from one of my friends. It was kind of gifted and stuff like that, and I found out that that clasp is the same exact clasp as like one of my pairs of earrings. So when I needed like a stitch marker to like hold a place and not like a traveling stitch marker, like I have this Rainbow Loom rubber band here, I essentially I would put that in because I can't take this one out yet. So yeah, I'm gonna really just keep knitting for hours and hours and hours on end, and then I'm gonna come back to you guys hopefully when I'm at like the part where I start working on the cuff, which I assume is gonna be the, what is this, the stockinette stitch, the rib stitch, whatever this is that I did here and then like did on the bottom edge. I assume it's the same thing, and then I'm gonna want to like decrease like slightly. I don't know, I'll figure that out, but I gotta do like the other half, and then I still have a whole other sleeve to do. I really want to be finished because we're like in that peak weather. We're in like mud season right now, what people call it, where like we're slowly getting warmer weather, but then like a bout of snow might come, a bout of rain might come, and like it's still pretty cold. Like it's 44 out right now, so like that's probably one of our warmer days that we're getting up north over here. But like I so wanted this sweater to like be done. I was hoping to finish this sweater in like 2 weeks. It's taken almost a month. Tomorrow actually makes week 3, and I haven't been doing this like consistently. I've just been like picking it up kind of here and there and doing a few rows just because like to sit and take all of my time to do this, like I have other hobbies, I have other things to do, I have other YouTube videos that I have to film, I have other stuff to get done. So I'll catch up with you guys later. Okay, I don't have the microphone again. Don't come after me. Don't come after me. So I was gonna check in when I was doing like the cuff on the sleeve, and I didn't check in. And I just went and did it. So in the pattern, it was kind of confusing slightly, a little bit. So I ended up doing 10 rounds. And then every other round up until the 7th round, because I split it in half. And then I knit one and then knit two. And then I would knit one and knit two, and then I did a solid round. And then 7, 8, 9, and 10, I decreased 2. It's still a bit big, but it's, hold on, I don't want to, I'm on the other sleeve right now. I have not checked it with you guys. I'm sorry. But yeah, that's what it looks like. It's all white. It's not my personal favorite, and I wish I had a little bit more of a blend. I said that before. Like, I wish there was a little bit more of a blend and it wasn't so harsh. And then this side, as it's getting into like this purple, I keep getting ads for Starbucks because they have the lavender cold foam pack, and it's giving me lavender cold foam vibes. That's what, like, on my mind. But yeah, I did it. This comes like, I originally had 8, and then I did like 2 more straight full rows, and it comes like a little bit past my wrist. But when I wet block this whole thing, I'm gonna, like, instead of widening it, I'm gonna lengthen it a little bit. But yeah, we started the other sleeve, and I'm essentially just gonna go down, and then I'm gonna go back into like this ribbing type of edge. And then of course, as I'm starting to get close, I'm gonna, because I didn't measure my stitches, so I'll measure like how long this is, and then I'll go to that length on the other sleeve, and then I'll just do the 10 and the decreases, and yeah, then I'll weave in my ends, and then we'll be done. I'm hoping today's Saturday the 15th because it's race weekend. If you are following me on TikTok, if you were following me on TikTok, it's race weekend. So we are focused on F1 right now in this current moment. But you betcha that I am going to sit here almost this whole weekend and try to bust out this other sleeve and get it done. But I also maybe have plans technically later today. I may take a break and play some Palia. Yes, I am a gamer. I love me some Palia. And a streamer kind of friendish of mine kind of wanted to get together and do some things. So I may take a break later today. I don't know yet. I don't know what's going on. I'm just gonna keep knitting, and trust me, when I get to this like edge here is probably the next time that you'll see me, because I'll like kind of show you what I'm doing. Maybe I'll like film a little bit of this knitting. I don't know yet, but I'll catch back up with you guys later. Okay, we're gonna try this again. I got interrupted. I'm moving the camera back slightly. Okay. Don't mind the jagged appearance. I got done with a run and then I took a shower and I've been sitting here knitting. And I told you I was gonna tell you when I got to the cuff, and I've already gotten to the cuff and I'm almost done. But I'm just gonna kind of talk through a few things, and then I'll just kind of like show a little bit of this process. Okay, so I got to the cuff, and then what I ended up doing is I split it in half. So this is my back stitch marker. It's an earring, yes, because I didn't want to get out of bed. We see the trend here. And then that's my front stitch marker. So for me personally, because for one, I kind of didn't understand the way they did the cuffs, and I wasn't a fan of the way they did the cuffs, because I wanted it to slowly like decrease on like front and back or side, like something. I wanted it to like taper. So this is what the first cuff kind of looks like. Yeah, this way, yeah. This was my front stitch marker, this is my back. You can kind of see a bit how it starts to like curve in and taper. So I'm doing a total of 10 rounds. So I split it in half. Obviously, I have an odd amount because when I went and added the stitches in for like the armpit and stuff like that, I added 10 stitches, made a round, and then in between the gaps, like in between, I added 2 more. So I added a total of 14 extra stitches. And yeah, it came out to like 33 and 34 to split in half. So it wasn't an even split in half, but whatever. So split these stitch markers, and then what I ended up doing is I alternate knit and purl around one fresh round, and then the next round I go until I get to a stitch marker, and then you're gonna knit 1, knit 2 together, and then knit 1. And then I also make sure that when I come to every stitch marker at the beginning of every stitch marker, when I go to do that next one, no matter whether it's a knit or a purl, it's always going to be a knit. So if it ends up being a double knit on one side and a purl on the other side, I just don't worry about it because I do have an odd number of stitches, so it makes sense. But just to like keep consistency. So yeah, you knit 1, then knit 2 together, and then knit 1. So that's like knit, purl, and then you're back to knit again. And then you keep going around, and then you do the same for the other one, and then you keep going around until I get back to this front stitch marker. And I alternate that until I get to row 7. When I'm on row 7 through 10, 7, 8, 9, and 10, I'm gonna do just straight decreases without the row in between, because I don't need to add length to these sleeves, because when I go and I wet block this, I'm going to wet block it instead of adding width. I'm going to wet block it to add the length in. Also, I didn't think that I would have this much left over, because the amount of yarn that the pattern called for was more than the 2 kind of balls of yarn, cakes of yarn that I had. So now I'm gonna have all of this extra, and I'm gonna probably try to think of something. Maybe this will be a mixed blend. Maybe I'll just save this for when I start crocheting. I don't know. But yeah, I'm currently on the third round 3 of regular. So I'll film a little bit of me kind of going around doing all this, and then I'll catch up when I'm all done. I'll put it on, I'll show you guys, and yeah, I will be back. Okay, don't mind the state. I like just hopped out of the shower. Um, when was it? It's Friday and Wednesday I finished the sweater. It's not fully done. I'll show you the finished product. The finished product. But this is her. She is cute. She's cute. She's cutie. There is some mistakes. There were some parts where like I dropped a stitch and I didn't notice, and then I had to like kind of tie it off and stuff like that. So all that's really left for me to do the purple end is the right side, just so that I know. I have to wet block this child, and then I get a wet blocker, and then I'll weave in the ends and then wet blocker. And I'm trying to see, where did I do? Where did I set? What did I do with anything? Hold on. I thought I had it right here. I was looking for the yarn that was with this. Hello. Where did she? Found her. This was how much was left. Now, I put it on, and the sleeves are like exact length, and everything's like kind of exact, which is what I was kind of going for. I wanted everything to kind of be exact so that when I wet blocked it, I could stretch it a little bit and let it kind of, I'm gonna like hang dry it and stuff like that. So I'll wet block it, stuff like that, and then I'll let it like hang on a hanger maybe for like a minute, but that's how much was left. So if I would have made the collar a little bit taller, I would have went for the taller collar, possibly. If I would have taken like the bottom and made the bottom longer and the sleeves longer, it probably would have. I did follow the pattern almost strictly to a T, and when I did that, it said that I would need more than 2 of these jumbo cakes and stuff like that of yarn, but it didn't end up taking that. So, props to me. I do have plans to potentially I want to try to find a free hat pattern. I'm gonna check on Ravelry again and see what's around. But I'm thinking about making this like a hat because I have hats. I have a black one and I have this like tealish one, but I need another color. I need something else. So I'm gonna come back to you guys probably at the end of this month. Probably more closer to the end of this month, like into next week, because next week is gonna be like the last ish kind of week of the month, and today's actually the 21st. So today was technically like would have been a month from when I started the sweater because I started it February 21st and it's March 21st. So it's technically been a month, which technically then wet blocking this, I did finish it in a month, but I technically finished knitting this like 2 days before. So props to me. I know definitely what I would change next time because I'm definitely gonna in the future when I want to do another sweater, I know what I'm gonna do. I'm definitely gonna size up on this pattern, as well as I'm not gonna do this colorama. And if I do this colorama, what I kind of want to do is either just get the same skein again and make the sleeves fully white, or get the like same 2, like I say skein, but the same 2 cakes, get the same 2 like cakes if I were to ever do this again, which probably not because Joann's is leaving us, so I may not ever see these cakes again. Or start both the sleeves at the dark green and then work down. I don't know. But yeah, I have like a million and one other videos that I gotta start filming. I still have to film the video for the end of March. So you would have already seen that video, but yeah, I have to get that video filmed. I'm gonna film it in like parts today and this weekend. So I'll catch up with you once this is done, like wet blocking and it's fully dry and stuff like that. Yeah, I'll come back to you guys later and then maybe get an outro in. I don't know. I'll come back. Okay, guys. It's been done wet blocking for like a hot minute. And I forgot that I have to show you guys and record an outro. Actually, let's move, you guys. Let's move. We gonna move somewhere else with some better lighting. Yeah, this is it after being wet blocked. Um, yeah, I really liked it. How I can tell side is purple on this side, what's on this side. The color is the color, since it's like almost a bit of a mock neck, like folding it over creates like the shortest little folded color. So like I could have realistically have added like another little bit and I still have yarn. But I think this is really cute. It's really cozy. I may end up wearing this to my new job next Thursday, which this will be out by then. I'm trying to get this out like the first week of April, but it may come on the weekends. It may come on Monday. I don't know. I don't know yet. But yeah, this is her. This is she. There's definitely some mistakes. You can definitely tell where like I like missed a skipped a stitch, dropped a stitch, and I had to like kind of tie it up, but I could not care. It is cozy. It is the moment. But yeah. Actually, I have something. I I made the decision, and I started it a while ago, that I am taking this leftover purple yarn, and I'm cable knitting a hat. I'm learning to cable knit for the first time. It's not the best thing in the world. But yeah, we have that going. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. This is different content for me. The last time I filmed, like the whole process of like, here's how you make this. It was like an hour long, and I hated that. So I'm gonna try to keep this as short as possible if I can. If it ends up being an hour long, I'm sorry in advance. That's not the type of content that I want to put out for you guys. I want it to be more medium form, under 40 minutes. We're gonna hope. We're gonna hope that editing magic works, that I can put on my editor's cap and get out my little editing stuff that I took in college and really edit this down. But I hope you guys liked this video. If you did, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Turn on notifications because I post twice a month. It was once a month. Now it's twice a month. And yeah, this is all I mentally have the capacity for. I do know what the next video is gonna be. No spoilers, but I did say it as one of the topics either in this video